Now we're going to take a look at the title track from the Blessed Hellride. This song is played on the acoustic guitar with the exception of the solo. The intro sounds like this. So we're going to start off with a C chord, but we're going to have an unusual voicing for the C chord. I'm going to play the note C on the 3rd fret of the A string, 5th fret of the D, open G, 5th fret on the B string, open high E string. There's the C chord. Now we're going to take this chord, slide it up 2 frets. So this is a D chord, but it's a D chord with an added 2nd and an added 4th. We can call it D, add 2, add 4. Our next chord is a D minor 9 with F in the bass. It sounds like this. So I'm playing on the 8th fret of the A string, D string is open, 5th fret on the G, 6th fret on the B, high E string is open. Now following this chord, I'm simply going to lower the bottom note, so the A string will move from the 8th fret to the 7th fret. So those are the 4 chords in the intro, and when we put them together, we get this phrase. Now one thing I'd like to point out, when I'm switching the chords, especially from the D with the added 2nd, added 4th, into the D minor 9 with F in the bass, as I'm doing the strumming, I need to strum some open strings in order to give me time to grab that chord shape. So that's quite natural. When you're keeping the groove with the right hand just kind of keeps on going, so we need to strike the open strings before we play the D minor 9 with F in the bass. So it sounds like this. So don't worry too much about playing those open strings. It's quite a natural thing to do. So this intro riff is played 2 times guitar only, and then it continues for 4 times during the verse. So if we play it 4 times, we go like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now coming out of the verse, we're going to be into the pre-chorus. The pre-chorus sounds like this. So I'm just going to stay with the D chord, but I'm going to do some little riffs with the D chord. The D chord is formed by playing the open D string, 2nd fret G string, 3rd fret B string, 2nd fret on the high E. And a common thing to do with this D chord is to add your 4th finger on the 3rd fret on the high E string. This will make the chord D sus4. That'll be the first extension that we add to the D chord. The second will be by lifting off the middle finger with the high E string. The chord now is called D sus2, so we're also going to use a D sus2 chord. After playing the chord, we will immediately put the middle finger back down to finish off with a D chord. So here's the pre-chorus one more time. Now let's take a look at the chorus. I'll play through it, and then we'll break it down. The chorus starts off with an A minor chord, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift off my first finger so the B string will be open. I'm going to strike this chord, and then I'm going to immediately hammer onto the first fret of the B string to complete the A minor chord. So altogether we have one measure of A minor. Following this we'll have a measure of G, 2 measures of D, and then I'll do the D sus4 in between those 2 measures. Back to A minor with the hammer on, and then to G. So altogether that's 6 measures, and that's the first chorus. Let's play that again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we just got through with the first chorus. The second and the third chorus add 4 more bars. So we'll play the first 6 bars that we just learned for the first chorus, then we're going to add 2 bars of D, we'll play that little D sus4 in between those 2 bars, followed by a bar of A minor and a bar of G. So here's the second and third chorus. This is a 10-bar phrase. 1, 2, 3, 4. And there's the chorus. Now we're going to take a look at the solo for the Blessed Hellride. I'll play through it and then we'll break it down. Now this solo has a reoccurring theme to it, and that theme goes like this. So what's happening here is we're playing on the 13th fret of the B string, and then we're going to bend a half step from the 12th fret of the G string, strike both of those strings together, the G and the B string, and then release the bend. Now play 10 on the G string, 12 on the D string. And that's the reoccurring theme. Following this, we have our first phrase, which goes like this. Just working out of the D blues scale here. 10 to 12 on the A string, this will be a hammer on. 10 on the D, 12 on the A. Now 12D, 12A. Hammer on 10 to 12 on the D string. 2 hits on the 10th fret of the G string. Bend up a half step from the 12th fret of the G string, and then release that bend and pull off to the 10th fret. Now 12 to 10 on the G string, and finally ending this phrase 12 on the D string. If we put all those numbers together, here's what we get. Now we're back to the main theme. And this time the phrase sounds like this. So starting off on the B string, 13th fret, 10th fret, hammer on to the 13th, pull off to the 10th. Now 13 on the G string, 10 on the B, 13, 12, 10 on the G string. Now 12, 10, 12 on the D string. Now I'm going to bend on the 12th fret of the G string up a full step and then come back to the 10th fret of the G string. Okay, so if we go back and play the theme and then that lick, here's what it sounds like. So now we're back to the main theme. And here's the new idea. So here we're going to bend from the 13th fret of the B string. We'll bend up a full step and then grab 10 on the high E. Now 13 on the B, 10th fret on the B, hammer on to 13, pull off to 10, 13 G, 10 on the B string, 13, 12, 10 on the G string. Now we're going to slide from 12 to 14 on the G string and play the 13th fret of the B string 2 times. Now we're back to the main theme, and this will be the final time we do this for the solo. And now we're going to have a fast picking run here. Starting from the 8th fret of the low E string, we're then going to play the 10th fret 3 times. Now we're going to play the 8th fret of the A string twice, twice on the 10th fret, twice on the 11th, twice on the 12th fret. So far we've done this. Now to the D string, 10th fret twice, 12th fret twice. Back to the 10th fret on the D string, 4 times now. Now we're going to bend up a half step from the 12th fret of the G string and then release that bend, come back to the 10th fret on the G string. 12th fret on the D string, hammer on 10 to 12, and hammer on 10 to 12 one more time. So let's go back and put all of that together one more time. And that's the solo for the Blessed Hellride. Now coming out of the solo, we're going to be into a bridge. The bridge uses the first two chords of the song, the C chord to the D, add 2, add 4. We have one bar of each. We'll play that 2-bar phrase 3 times, and then we'll play 1 bar of C, and we come out of the bridge with 1 bar of G. So all total, it's 8 bars. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's the bridge. So now you have all of the parts for the Blessed Hellride.